So I positioned myself so I don't have to walk too much with the camera. Way in the background is Vincent, and this is Gandhi, and you can see that she is now with Portugal and not with Vincent anymore. So the two mares have teamed up. So today is 4th of October, Animal Day, International Animal Day. Yesterday I thought it was 4th of October. I actually said that in the video, but it was the 3rd, obviously. And it's funny because I saw that people have a word for that, Blur's Day. It's when you don't quite know what day of the week it is, and apparently I had a Blur's Day yesterday because I thought it was today. So yeah, it's just a little update that she's now Honey, the brown, is a newcomer. Her owner can't take care of her anymore, and she was looking for someone, and I saw it on Facebook. I said, well, I just had a pony dying, and so I've got a box free and a place basically, but you know, I was grieving. I said I don't want her right now, maybe in October, and it became the September, end of September. But there you are. So she's been here for a little more than a week. She came 23rd, 10 days, and in that week she's been in the morning. She came in the late afternoon. In the morning she was with him, and then at some point she was all on her own, all stressed out because he'd bullied her, which she does with young horses. But I hope because she looks a bit like his old friend, and it was his friend that died, that he was looking for a new friend, and he wouldn't bully her, but well, bullies will be bullies. Yeah, that didn't work. So then she found out that Vincent, who's all the way there, is the alpha male basically, and although he's not an alpha male by character, it's just that it happened that Olympio is very old. Portugal is a mare that, well, she's sort of the lead mare, but she's scared of the bully. The bully is the lowest in rank. So I've got a group that is ranked very wishy-washy. But as it happens, he is the horse that he's not afraid of any of the other horses. So he is protective over her, although not actively. But she started to use him as a shield, so to speak. She found out that the others don't bother him, so she just went to be behind him all the time, so they wouldn't bother her. And that was clever. She is actually very clever. So she's been with Vincent all this time, and there he comes. Nice action shot. And then suddenly yesterday, Pokuto, she had an interest in her all the time, but she couldn't really reach her because she was hiding behind Vincent. But yesterday they had a moment that they were really sniffing up each other, and they were really getting to know each other. And ever since they've been like this, grazing next to each other. They came home together, and they're really friends. So yeah, now I got Portugal and Honey together. Vincent is normally, and there you go, with Olympio. They don't graze this close to each other all the time. They're quite independent, both of them. But they do like each other's company, and yeah, if one is not in the stable and the other one's already in the stable, they will kind of fret because they want the other one to be in the stable because they're stabled next to each other. And especially Olympio is very, did I say Olympio again? Olympio. Actually it's Olympio because in Portuguese the O is a U, and the O-U is in all countries a U, but it's an O here. But I have to keep an eye on her because the sheep are right there. He's, yeah, he wants the group together because he's been the leader after my first leader, Jupiter, died, and before Vincent came. But then Vincent came, and he slowly, that was not overnight or in a week time, but he slowly took the lead in going into the stable first, and that's the sign for the others to follow. And but yeah, Olympio wants to keep the herd together, and when they're not all in, yeah, he's very restless. And he whinnies until they're all inside. He's the oldest, the wisest. He's the mentor. So there's that. He's got his own little place in the group, but he's, I say, independent. You will see him, you know, miles away. Well, miles away. Well, I got a mile. He can be far away from the rest. As Vincent, he can be far away from the rest, but often you'll find them together. Not always, but often. And the mare was actually always with Shiku and Gandhi. They were a group of 3. And then Shiku died, and Gandhi and Pokoto fell apart, which was weird, because I thought that Pokoto was really into Gandhi. Look, he's very handsome. But apparently she was into Shiku, and she just accepted him as a byproduct. And yeah, Shiku was a great loss, because Shiku was the mediator when there was trouble and whatnot. He would get in between. He was always the first to befriend new horses, to protect new horses. He did a lot of work. I mean, if they weren't coming home, I would call Shiku, and he would just round them up and bring them, you know. Mind you, Vincent sort of took that role, but in the end. But Shiku was, yeah, and he was very intelligent. I miss him greatly. But yeah, so the group is totally new dynamic. I always had the terrible 3, which was Gandhi, Pokoto, and Shiku. And now I got the mares, the gentlemen. They are quite old. Vincent being 20 and Olympio being 29. So I got the gentlemen, I got the mares, and I got, well, Gandhi, the bully. Yeah, sad. But yeah, I won't try to find a new friend. He'll chase it away and still be alone. So he just has to accept that he's alone. He's not alone. I mean, he's got company, but he doesn't have a close friend. And it might have something to do with the fact that he's been starved as a foal. So, you know, I had to fight for food, and he was taken away from his mum at 3 months. I always, careful, advise against that. And people say, like, yeah, well, they can eat solids, so they don't need their mother anymore, but they need their mother for a lot more than just food. The mother teaches them, you know, to socialize, how to approach other horses, and etc., etc. And when they're really tiny, like 3 months, they don't really realize what they are seeing, basically. They just are concentrated on playing and getting food from mom. But when they get older, you know, like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and older, up to 1 year, they learn from their mother, and that will stick to them for life. So the other thing is, it's possible that he had a mother that was aggressive, and in that way they, yeah, teach their foals to be aggressive towards other horses, and then you'll never have a socialized horse. And that's why I always say, like, if you have a mare with a character flaw, don't breed from them. Just don't, because you'll even if it's not in their DNA, she will show the foal how to deal with people and other horses, and you just don't want that. So yeah, don't take the foals away from the mare unless the mare is, you know, being wasted away, getting really skinny because of the foal is still drinking. And even then, I would say, like, get it away during the day and put them together at night, or the other way around. So the mare gets a bit time to perk up, and yeah, but the foal can still be with mommy for longer. I had one foal. Well, I had more foals, but I had one foal with a Russian mare that I had with her until she was 1 year old. Because in nature, that's often what you see, that the mother doesn't really want them anymore when the next foal is coming, which is after a year, 11 months and something. And although some might carry until for full 12 months, one of my mares did, but don't you dare. Oh, I've got my train of thought. Lost it. Mares, foals. Oh yeah, I kept her until she was 1 year old, and then before that, I think she was 7 months or something. They were together in the field and apart at night. I just put her in a different stable, and then that winter, yeah, she went in a different stable because they were stabled. They didn't have a field, and they both had their different stables, so they didn't. They weren't together at all anymore, and that went very naturally without any problems. And the foal developed beautifully. I know his leg is still hurting somewhere. I don't know if it's down or up, or probably up, because he crashed into a gate. And he's a stoic horse. He won't show pain. So he's still walking about. He's running and trotting and whatnot. He's not lame, but he will rest it. He will put it more forward or more backward to rest it. He's a very primitive horse, as you can see. Very heavy head, and strong neck, strong legs, very strong build. He comes from the north of Spain, and he came without his mother, as I say, with 3 months, which is traumatic, and it's not good. And he had to live on vegetable scraps, which is not rich enough for foals to grow. So he might have been a beautiful big horse if he had a good start, and instead he's a very small, compact horse, cob, I should say. English people understand that. Yeah, he's a true cob. But yeah, it's a sad story, his whole life. But then, yeah, when I got him, I had a Shiku, who was 5 at the time. I thought he was 3. I only later found out, what's going on? Later found out by his chip that he was 2 years older than I've always thought. But so Shiku was there. So Shiku was sort of taking the role of mommy and daddy. Of course, daddies don't play roles in horses, but since he was male, he was fathering over him. But so yeah, he grew up with this role model of Shiku, who was very gentle. So if he hadn't had him, he would have been, I think, quite an aggressive horse. He was mock fighting with him a lot. And when he was 3, I had him castrated. I didn't castrate him earlier. I didn't really feel the need because I only had the 2, and they were fine together. But I was looking into the future, like, I might have other horses, and I just, as I found out that he was more and more, I can't really say aggressive, but boisterous. Like he was. Well, I just didn't want him to grow out into an aggressive stallion. Let's put it that way. So at 3 he was castrated, and it changed him in a way that he settled down. But I think with age, I would have done sort of the same. With Shiku together, they were just they were together longer, so they just settled down more. They didn't mock fight as much as they used to. and yeah, they were always together, like really side by side, grazing at the same spot with the noses. And only the last few years, like he's 13 now, when he hit 10, and it's funny because the dentist that I had before, he actually said, like, yeah, some horses they don't develop really well, but when they hit 10, you can work better with them. And as it happened, when he hit 10, he did get more sensible and more. She's scratching herself. I just want to film that. He did get more sensible and settled, and I could work better with him. He would not run or crash through things, although he did again. But yeah, he did also drift away a little bit from Chico more. So he would be grazing further away from him, and they wouldn't whinny to each other all the time. He was independent with 10. Rather than with 3 or 4, when normal horses are really independent. It already starts when they're foals. They just at 1 year old or something, they start to not want to be with their mother all the time. But yeah, but I think also it's got something to do with the fact that he's been taken away from his mum so early. He just had a very different development, and a very slow development, and he's still mentally not there where a normal horse is. And it's sad, especially because of his character also being a bit, being a bully. And of course, bullying is not a character trait. That's a result of a lot of things, usually traumatizing things, as he went through as well. So I feel really sorry for him. I'm not treating him like he's a nasty horse or a naughty horse. He's a traumatized horse. And in his case, it was food that he didn't get. And being taken away from his mum when he was 3, and making a big journey, because he came from Spain and he went to Portugal, northern Portugal, on his own, without his mummy, and with other horses that I don't know how they treated him, and then having to live off food that wouldn't give him enough to grow off. He was so skinny when I got him that yeah, you couldn't see his ribs because he was in his winter coat and it was all felted, but you could feel it when you put your hand on it, on his back. It was a da 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 da, and on his ribs da 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 da. He couldn't lift his head. His neck was a stick without any muscle. He had a roach back. His legs were all weak and X-shaped. His hoofs were steep. He was just really underdeveloped mongrel, and I could lift him up. I'm not a strong person, but I could lift him up because he was so light. And but he made it, and he grew out of all his conformation faults. Nobody thought he would. They all said, like, oh, that's will never be something. But he grew up beautiful. But then, yeah, I still can't use him because of his mental disability, basically. Yeah, and we had a few accidents, and it's enough. It's enough. I don't push it. He doesn't understand. He links. He doesn't forget, because I can't work him through things. He just and he makes wrong links. Because now he crashed with the saddle twice, and he thinks the saddle is a bad thing. Not that, he's been stupid and crashing through a gate, or that the gate is maybe scary. No, it's the saddle. So, but there you are. It is what it is, and he's in a good place. I think that with other people they would have not been nice with him and beat him to submission, which he would probably take. But yeah, I'm pleased he's here and having the best of his life. He's eating acorns. I think if I Let's see if I can get a close up. It's that time of year. Oh, there's another one there. Yeah, there. See, he will put weight on that leg. It's his right front leg. He will put weight on it, but if he can, he will sort of not, like now. But, so it can't be too painful, but it's not normal. But there again, he doesn't need to work or whatnot. He's just being him. I got him on painkillers and anti-inflammatory. It didn't do anything. So I don't know what the damage is, but it's not something I can help him with. But maybe over time, with rest and just walkies in the field, it will get better. Because as I say, he's not lame. It's just sensitive. He tries to, as you can see, not put weight on it. Although he can, like now, his full weight is on it, and he's not screaming of pain. So I don't know. Right, I don't want the video to get too long. Already into the 24 minutes. Wow, way longer than I wanted to, because I know you click away after 5 minutes. But I hope the story was interesting enough to stay with. And I saw like I got more than 50 subscribers. I'm really hoping and thinking that I can make 100 until before the end of the year. Thank you very much. I'm Simone Keizer. I've got a horse shelter in Portugal, and I got unwanted horses that are, or like Honey, that can't be taken care of by the owner. They all have their different stories. I'll try to tell a story per day to have some content. And in English, I got it in Dutch already when I walked them, but I will do it in English gladly. And when I got 100 subscribers at the end of the year or more, I will do a giveaway. I will put your names in a jar and just pick one. I'm doing that already, so I don't have to do 100 at one time. And I've thought of what I'm going to make a painting. You could vote for which of the horses you want to have painted. But if I don't get any votes in for a particular horse, I will just do a horse, horsey scene. Look, there's Vincent, just what I was talking about. He doesn't care about the rest. He's just looking for acorns, and the rest is just migrated. Gandhi is there, Honey and Pocto are there, a bit more separate now. And Olympio, it's always Olympio that I can't find. It's because of his color. He's a chestnut, and he just disappears in the background. Well, maybe I see it later on the footage. Sometimes I do spot him in the end. I know he's in the field. I just saw him. Maybe he's left behind right after that, behind that mound of sand that you can't see him. I mean, he's there. Oh yeah, I can see him now. Why? If you can see the cars now, that's where he is. Okay, my battery is going, so now I really have to say goodbye.